Yeah, Kamari, we've all been talking about it all this week. We've asked somebody else. What went into the decision to bump into the star role last week, and what all went into learning a new role? Coach Smart said you've been cross-training there forever, but got thrown in there last week. What all went into it?
Yeah, so I did kind of do a little bit of star when I first got here, my freshman year, and then I focused on corner for a long time. But it was really Coach Fran. He was like I want our three on their three, and he asked Coach Smart, and the coaches felt good about it, and they just taught me the game plan, worked with me all week, had some extra meetings and stuff like that, and going out to the game, I felt pretty confident to go out there and just fight for my brothers.
Yeah, it seemed like maybe you were a little bit more juiced or amped up during that game than sometimes you are traditionally. When you're going against a guy who has been talked about as a Sunday player, Luther Burden, for example, this past week, what is different about that week? Obviously, you want to keep every opponent the same, but knowing that there are going to be guys that are different.
It's just the level of competition. You come to a place like Georgia, to play at a high level, play against the best players in the country. So whenever you get the opportunity, you always want to make the most of it.
Yeah, as someone who goes against him every single day in practice, where have you seen Marcus Rosemy-Jacksaint get better over the past year or two, where he's having the best year of his career this year?
I've been going against Mark since I first got here, so we've kind of grown together, going up against each other for 3 years. So I've seen him grow in every, asset of his game, from his releases to his route running to, his catch radius. It's just remarkable the things that he's gotten better at over the years.
Kamari, I guess one of the more curious part of the word I'd use is stats, is that you guys have trailed, I think, 5 out of the 6 SEC games. Is there any way to emphasize that more, adjust? Do you talk about how you might lock down early?
We go into every game, wanting to dominate at all facets, but playing the SEC is the hardest conference to play in. So it's just being able to really take a punch, take a team's best punch and keep going, just trying to be resilient.
We got to see a little bit more of Julian against Missouri. Just what have you thought of his development over this season and just how he played against Missouri?
He's come a long way, so I was really excited to see him go out there and be able to make plays for us and help us out. He takes pride in just going out there and trying to put his best foot forward every day. So just to see him go out there and be able to put some of the work that he had and then come to fruition on the field, it was really nice to see that.
Just a general question. You've watched film and game plan against a lot of offenses this year. So what is different about Ole Miss watching film and game planning them again this week?
Ole Miss is a team that they pride themselves on having really good skill players. They have really good quarterback, really good running backs, really good guys on the outside as well. And then they like to do a lot of tempo. So just being able to prepare for those weapons and also with the tempo of their game, that's something that we have to work on.
What has stood out to you about Jaxson Dart? Just what you guys are going to be up against Saturday?
He's a very accurate quarterback. He knows exactly, what situation he wants his team to be in. He knows where to get the ball at, a lot of times before the play starts. He does a really good job of managing the offense.
Yeah, I think they're pretty well known for going for it on 4th down. Has it been kind of talked about within the building that, hey, once they get past the 50, we're playing 4 downs this week?
It's definitely like one of those things that it's kind of like already understood, definitely just being, their aggressive team, aggressive offense, who takes pride in being able to score the ball downfield, and they have confidence in their skill players and their offense. So that's something that we are cognizant of.
I think you established yourself as one of the better DBs in the country in run support. When you play a team that has a running back like Judkins, do you study those backs ahead of time, and how much study goes into knowing the backs' tendencies perhaps that you're coming up against?
You definitely have to study the backs because a lot of teams sometimes they like to get the corners to tackle, just because a lot of teams view corners as the weaker links and run support. So just being able to know the backs and just knowing how they run, Judkins and the other running backs, they run very hard. So you definitely have to study those guys.
Is he similar to Schrader? Just wondering.
Yeah, they both run very hard. Yards after contact, and just fight for extra yards.
To follow up just on that 4th down question, as a defender, do you have to have a different mentality when you know that the opponent you're going up against, there's a likelihood that it's going to take 4 downs to get them off the field?
You just have to be ready for everything. You go into the game, laser focus on everything. Just just really going back to the training, everything that we practice all throughout the week, and once we get to the game, you know, you're able to just play and go out there and be fast and physical.
Coach Smart said earlier that you and Javon compete against each other in practice every week, even though you're in the same, position group. But I just wanted to see what you guys compete against each other in practice, and is there anything outside of football you guys are very competitive at too?
So, JB and I, we're actually roommates. So every moment of the day is like a competition. From like the moment we get up, competing to get over here, competing at breakfast, competing on the game whenever we get back home. Competing on the field, definitely, just trying to see, just always trying to, keep each other on our toes, really. So just trying to make sure that we're the best version of ourselves.
Any other questions?
Any like 2K or Madden that you guys play against?
Get a
each other?
microphone here, okay?
Yeah, so we play a lot of Madden and a lot of UFC, and I win a lot more than he does.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Kamari.